This list of 10 things you need to stop buying so you can retire 10 years early goes from that makes sense to light bulb eureka moment. I hope so anyway. I'm not here to call you out, but I kind of am. If you spend money on just one or two of these things ahead, you're probably going to be all right. Any more than that, well, it's gonna be very tough to retire early, let alone on time. All right, no more setup, let's get to it. Number one, credit card interest. This shouldn't come as a shock, so I'll start here and keep it quick, but I have to bring up avoiding credit card debt whenever I can. Spending more than you earn and putting it on credit cards that you can't pay off monthly is robbing from future you. It's a handcuff that prevents you from saving, investing, and achieving financial goals. If you have credit card debt, and you'll know because you'll be paying interest monthly, prioritize getting out of it with all of your focus and attention as priority number one. Interest? More like disinterested. Get it? Right. Number two, higher education. A little controversial, but it's absolutely worth discussing because 66% of public college graduates walk away with debt. The average debt at graduation for four-year public and private nonprofit colleges was nearly $30,000 in 2020. There are many alternatives to college, and with skyrocketing tuition, one should consider those alternatives. You could get a specialty certificate via trade school that is directly applicable to a career. You could do an apprenticeship, you could do one-off online courses, take a coding boot camp, become a realtor, or simply get an entry-level job and work your way up. Community college is another great option at a tenth of the price if you or your children do desire that higher education experience. Student loans, more like financially owned, if you ask me. Yeah, lots of dad jokes today. Number three, individual stocks. Sure, by picking individual stocks to invest in, you do get more control over the makeup of your portfolio. And sure, there's a chance you can outwit everyone else and earn more than the market as a whole. But the reality is, most people don't, not even the most experienced of investors. Choosing individual stocks poses more risk because you're not diversified. They require more time, education, and attention. It can be harder to keep your emotions in check. You might let personal bias creep in, leading you astray, and managing all of this can be a huge headache. Instead, I suggest buying index funds, a bundle of stocks. I always recommend ones that track the S&P 500 or total stock market, but you can also choose different index funds if you do enjoy a little research and choice. That said, admittedly, I did recently buy a few stocks. I bought beef, chicken, and vegetable. I hope to become a billionaire. Number four, excessive entertainment. Comfort and enjoying yourself in moderation is great, but some people take it too far too often. These are the people that live for the weekend and go nuts every time it arrives. These are typically the people that crave instant gratification. They tie happiness with buying things and doing stuff. Sure, shared experiences are incredibly important, but you can build memories and spend quality time with your loved ones locally and for cheap or even free. Think about when you were a kid. I bet most of your best memories were making up games with friends, playing in the park, or even just having sleepovers. As we get older, we get inundated with ads, social media, and a feeling to go, go, go and spend. So slow down, appreciate what you have, stop doing it for the gram, and keep that cash. Number five, timeshares. I'm sure I don't have to explain this one, so I won't, except to say that timeshares are not an investment or an asset. They do not generate income. If you want to know about my experience getting pressured to invest in a timeshare, check out this super embarrassing video. It's very old and I can't believe I didn't delete it. Link to it in the description. Please don't watch it. The gist is they were incredibly nice to me until they were incredibly mean to me. If you have a horror experience with timeshares, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Number six, exercise machines and or fancy gym memberships. At-home machines are expensive. Plus, they break down, they need maintenance, and they might require a subscription. And 40% of people report not using them as much as they thought they would. Instead, they gather dust and end up getting sold for 20 cents on the dollar. Peloton, more like money gone. Gyms can be useful if you really will use them often, but 67% of memberships go unused. So set a limit that fits your monthly budget. Hint, it's not $200 at Equinox. I pay just $10 for my local Planet Fitness, and it's great. It's clean, it has tons of machines, lots of TVs, nice people, and it's a sixth of the price of even my last gym. But as a tip, if nothing else, consider canceling your membership during sunny months when it's nice out and go exercise outside instead. Number 7 is pools. I learned that the average cost to maintain a pool is $80 to $150 monthly, which is $960 to $1,800 yearly. And that doesn't sound so bad, but the annual cost to actually own a pool overall is $3,000 to $5,000 when you factor in repairs, opening and closing costs, electricity, and water. Hot tubs, on the other hand, which I admittedly do want someday, cost around $20 a month to maintain. Plus, you can use them year round. So swap to a tub and dive into savings. Number 8, unnecessary items for your baby. I'm not a dad, so maybe this will be me someday, but some parents take it way, way too far when it comes to buying things for baby. The baby product market is a $74 billion industry. Clearly, some babies are truly spoiled. Designer shoes, designer clothes, probably designer diapers, too many toys, baby bathrobes, wipe warmers, netted fruit feeders, squeezable spoons, PPTP. I don't know, I'm just listing things I quickly found in research at this point, but if you know what those things are, stop it, especially that last one. It sounds gross. Number 9, cheap replacement anything. Buy it right or buy it twice, I always say. A prime example is furniture. Sure, you might save money up front when you buy cheap furniture, looking at you, IKEA, but you'll likely end up having to buy replacements sooner than if you bought quality items instead. This applies to small purchases as well. I have learned my lesson by buying cheap kitchen knives, coffee machines, shoes from Target, basically anything from H&M, computer mice, candles, kitchen appliances, and even a knockoff watch when I was 12. I really loved that watch. On this subject, do any of you out there know the phrase Kmart fall apart? It would make my day if so. Let me know in the comments. Number 10, real Christmas trees. And yeah, I'm gonna end by putting on my Grinch hat here because this one is a little personal. So we bought our first house last November, and one of the things I was most excited to buy was my first real Christmas tree. Finally, a tree. So we trekked out into the rain. We drove to 3 different lots because trees were sold out everywhere. We ended up paying $210 for a 7-foot tree. And yeah, that did include a stand we needed, but that is still insane. The average to pay is $65 to $175 for most people. That's a few quality gifts you could put under the tree, or money, of course, you could invest. Not to mention, though, fake trees don't have bugs or allergens. There's no debris that falls constantly. Your pets won't drink the gross water, and I could go on and on. But that said, I'll probably still buy one this year because they smell really good. Christmas tree, more like the opposite of a money tree. That was definitely the worst one. Okay, I know one of these got you mad. There's at least one thing on this list you fully disagree with. If so, let me have it in the comments. Tell me how great your pool and Pelotons and timeshares and lavish vacations are. Be sure to use all caps so I really know how strongly you feel. My name is Frankie. I hope you had some fun today and I got you thinking. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you loved it. Have an awesome week or weekend ahead, and watch this video next for 5 more things you shouldn't buy. It's an oldie as well, but a goodie. I'll see you there, or I'll see you next week on the next one. Thanks.